Hey, my name is Jared Baker, and I'm just gonna basically shoot a little video about all the stuff that I learned while I was at JTech over this like 19-month period. So basically, I've learned about safety. It's not all about just glasses and everything. It's more about we work with all types of chemicals and things like that, and you have to know like what's wrong and like what the kind of damage the chemicals could cause to you. Like the boots you gotta wear and everything like that, because you can have like heavy components fall off of things and it could crush your foot. About engine repair. Learned about engine repair, like breaking it down, pulling out pistons, putting it back together, taking out valve bodies and stuff like that out of transmissions. I learned about like the performance of the engine, which is like there's a whole bunch of sensors and things like that, how the fuel injectors shoot, how the compressor works, things like that. I've learned a lot, learned about transaxles and how that is for like a front wheel vehicle car. Learned about how the transmission puts out torque, the gear ratios. Learned about like automatic transmissions and the difference between automatic and manual transmissions. I've learned about like the flywheel, learned about flywheels. Learned about the differential, learned about brakes from like drum brakes to rotor type brakes. Learned how to resurface brake rotors. I've learned about like electrical work, how to test a wiring harness from components to sensors. Learned about suspension, like the springs and struts and stuff like that. Learned about the steering of a vehicle, like how that goes and works. We have all these parts in here, and I've learned about a lot of things, like how the AC, what kind of refrigeration stuff to use, how to vacuum, how to recycle. It's been a lot. Learning about the exhaust system. It's been a whole lot. It's been good, very good. Learned about the camshaft, timing. I've learned about how oil galleries work, valves. I've learned about the crankshaft, how that works, rocker arms. Before I got here, I had like a real basic about the vehicle and how it works and how a lot of stuff flows. I didn't know any about that stuff. I didn't know that you needed a certain type of oil for a vehicle. I just thought you just put oil in it. I didn't know about like what power steering fluid actually really does. I didn't know about like hydraulic pressures and stuff like that. I didn't know really what I knew. Oil filter, I knew what a filter was, but I didn't know what was going on inside of it. I didn't know that the alternator charges the battery. So it was a lot. It's been a beautiful journey, and I'm very thankful that I was able to be able to do all of this. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody has an opportunity in life to be able to do a lot of things that I was fortunate to do. And I would like to thank all of my teachers, from Mr. McGill to Mr. Joe to Mr. Jenkins. All of them were very good teachers. They knew how to break it down so that you can understand what was going on out here. And I would like to thank JTech for a good program that they got. And I would like to just say thank every last one of y'all, because if it wasn't for y'all, this school wouldn't be operating the way it's operating, and I wouldn't have this knowledge. Now I'll be able to go out there and have a basic understanding of what I'm looking at when I see a vehicle, or what could be happening that's going wrong with it, what direction to go in for a repair, and all of that type of stuff. And it's been very good. Now I can take this out there and go apply the things that I've learned, and I'll be able to keep vehicles on the road, safe vehicles on the road, not no shade tree mechanic type work, but good mechanic work to where everybody's riding on the road safely. And I would just like to say thanks one more time, and that's all.